So I paid for this music service, and it's alright, but... Just, like, let me play fucking Spotify on stream, you bastards. The music is, like, varying in quality, so... If it's not great, I apologize. We're gonna watch the Tamagotchi launch at FAO Schwartz in 1997. And I need to turn my captions on. I don't like this song either. Next! Alright. So, we're gonna paint. And... uh-oh. I guess my camera bugged out. Hold on. I gotta re-add it to the scene. This thing is very touchy, the DSLR one. Just give me 1 sec. Oh god, why is purple again? Come on. There we go. Oh, you good? You good? Okay. Stop this so my leg isn't in the shot. There's me! The song is not synthwave. I mean, maybe it's synthwave, but it's not the vibe. Let's go to a different genre. Chill out. Chill out. Let's chill out. Where does this go? There's a good spot for it. There? Yeah. You see Bob in HD right now. HD. I wish you could turn it so there's no lyrics. I'm just gonna be fighting with this music thing the whole time. Alright. I'm gonna just do some like warm-up color mixing here. So let us... I'm gonna do a Kirby painting to warm up. So I'm gonna mix Kirby color, which is pretty much just pink, I think. Let me look at this picture now. Pink. Maybe a darker pink for the shoe. Yellow. Red? Yeah, that's pretty much it. Maybe I should put maybe I should put it somewhere else. Where do I find this? Oh my god. I'm really excited about Tamagotchis. Good morning, it's Tamagotchi land. Oh my god, not that loud. Holy fuck. I think I'm gonna have to cancel this music service because it's very bad. Like the artists are fine, it's just the layout is like, Jesus, this is really bad. Okay. Let's mix a Kirby color. Wait, no, this is the more orangey color. Yeah, that's not what I want. This is just a practice. It's like this is at the top of the watercolor stuff. Just turn the music way down because I can't think of talking at the same time. It's still really loud. Hi! What's up, Sparkly Kiss? That's way too much more. lady. Just waking up at 3 p.m.? Hell yeah. That's sick. I respect that. What's this? Yeah, this is more of a curvy color. It's a little purpley though. So maybe like purple red together. I'm looking at my swatch thing though, and it looks like pink when it's lighter. It's the pet rock of the 90s. I guess the Tamagotchi is the pet rock of the 90s. Okay. So, let's do that pink, and then I'll do a tiny bit of red in it, and I think that'll be a nice curvy color. So then I'll kind of be less purple-y. Tamagotchis are only $17.99. I don't know how much that is with inflation, but probably like 25, 30 bucks or something. I guess maybe not that much. One per customer. Hot item. Is that any different? Maybe it's like a tiny bit more red. So $2.99. I don't think did they reopen FAO Schwartz? I don't remember. I think they did. Not 8 lyrics. No. Get out of here. I'm gonna just have to switch back to Lo-Fi Girl. God, this brush sucks. It's just like soaking up all the pigment. I have to mix it all over again. Tamagotchi. It's cool. It's hip. Oh, I can only skip so many times. I'm still getting used to these paints. I haven't really mixed with them yet. So I'm still kind of like learning how they work. Okay. There it goes. Then I need like some yellow and tan for the cake that is in the picture. I got a Tamagotchi and I cried because it died. I was very upset. everyone in this class has one. Okay. So I guess it's like kind of tan color here, sandy color. That in there. Oh god. There's a little thing of red paint here. My level of alert just had me zone out, and I thought this was a painting of Mr. Krabs. It kind of does almost like it's an abstract Mr. Krabs. Okay, let's add a little bit of yellow in there. With this one, just a tiny bit. Those pigments are really, really strong. You can see Mr. Krabs, but sandy. Okay, I think that's good. The Kirby picture doesn't have very much going on, so wing it as I go. Okay, that's my practice thingy. Kirby is under here. Lighting changed a little bit. I don't know if I can. I always have problems with the pencil drawing where you can't really see it, unfortunately. But it will become more clear. Okay. So this is just for fun. Maybe. Alright. What should the background be? I didn't think about that. Go with this pink and yellow. Like a light blue. Like a really light blue. Let's do this. Is this one? I know, it's a purple. The one that looks purple is like a light blue. Need to remember that this is just practice and not be like precious about it, since I do that too much. I haven't used this watercolor paper yet, so it's a little, it's also a learning experience. This paper in particular. Oops. Damn, that dries so fast. This paper's so thick. I gotta put more water on it, I think. Tamagotchi, Tamagotchi. I don't really like this paper. It kind of doesn't flow very well. It's very unforgiving. Look how dry it fast. Like how dry. Look how fast it dries. Excuse me. Kids fucking love it. God, this is a rough learning curve here with this paint and this paper. Maybe this is the strat. Kind of just dab it so it doesn't look like so streaky. Yeah, let's just kind of work with this background for a while and see if we can make it look any better, because it's a little janky right now. It dries so fast. Like the other one I had did not dry this fast. Hey, babe. Let's just add some white. Hey, Van. Ben's here. Hey, Van. God damn it. It dried so fast already, I can't even move it around. What? Ben's yelling. What do you want? What? You want to hang out? Okay. Hold on. Don't just jump up here. Yeah. Oh. You want to paint, Ben? Oh, can we get some like some high definition paw action here? Not really. A little bit. Oh yeah, let's go. Sorry, how can I say no to him? You just want to hang out, bud? in. This tiny boy. This song sucks too. Oh. Stop. Alright. This isn't sustainable then. You just want to hang out? I wish I could paint and do this at the same time, but I can't, bud. Okay. That's enough. Bye. Okay. Go entertain yourself, Mr. Man. She's just rubbing on my legs now. Go away! Oh my god, you got cat hair on it. Oh my god, the paper is so wet. I don't get it. Mom being like, I hate this shit. Well, I don't know if I'm even gonna... I mean, I guess I'll try a couple more paintings with this paper, but I just don't really like it so far. It could be the paint or the paper. I think it's the paper though. Like it's so thick, it just like soaks it up immediately. And now, it's so uneven now. It looks like shit. I think the Kirby painting might be a bust. Just because it's so... Oops, and I ripped it, so let's just go to a different one. I don't really like that paper. That's what happens sometimes. If I had a compost pile, I put it in there. Well, I bet the kids are like, I don't know, it's fucking cute. Kirby garden sounds pretty neat. I want that. Alright. Let's go to the dog. Let me double check it's that paper and I'm not losing my mind. nice thing about having a light table is if I fuck this one up because it's a division, I can just retrace it and do it again. So that's the one nice thing. I'm a little nervous I'm gonna fuck this up now. I don't think I'm gonna do a background color this time because it kind of went disastrously last time. So maybe I'll just keep it white on the background, and then I can do some color on this blanket part. Okay. Yeah, let's do that instead. So I think to make black, to mix black, it's blue and red. Hello, swag hag. What's up? You missed my disastrous Kirby painting because I don't know what happened. Okay. Not bad. You know, life. Trying not to think about my crazy personal life. It's just off the wall. How are you? What are you working right now? You're doing freelance? Tamagotchi does not really teach kids how to take care of a pet. It's way more intense than an actual pet, I think. Because you have to feed it like every hour. I'm still trying to learn these paints, and I got new paper, so I feel like I'm not doing my best painting right now. But sometimes that's how it goes. The Seinfeld inflection, yeah. My personal life. Wait, that's just purple. That's not black. I think I gotta add orange. I'm freelance and I'm just doing the leaves today because I'm tired. You are growing non-stop, so that is extremely fair. I feel like you're always hitting it hard. Yeah, that looks more like what I want. It's almost like a brown though now. I think I need more red. This brush just sucks. I like how the mod won't let you say laugh my fucking ass off. It's a sickness. You're just a very hard worker. Hold on, I gotta go grab different brushes. This one for mixing kind of sucks ass. One sec. I'll be right back.
This game, spend some time creating the perfect atmosphere.
To hear a warning of possible disaster in the year 2000. The danger lies in the so-called millennium bug, which threatens to reduce our computer-based society to chaos. Unless something is done about it, and soon, it could ruin companies. But people with personal computers could find themselves in trouble too, and everybody's affected one way or another. Richard Lindley explains why in this special report.
At the Confederation of British Industry, businessmen and civil servants plan their Task Force 2000 strategy against the millennium bug.
The year 2000 sounds as if it's a long way in the future, but there isn't very much time.
Inside every computer is a calendar, but because each year is represented by just 2 figures, most computers won't know what to do when the year 2000 dawns. Buried in the computer's memory, the Millennium Bug could destroy its ability to calculate date and time correctly.
It affects every person on the planet. It doesn't matter if you're getting an invoice from a credit card company, if you have a bank account with a bank, if you're trying to get on a plane, if you have an insurance policy. Everywhere where there's a computer program, you are affected.
The bug could disrupt every aspect of life that relies on dates and times controlled by computer. Food deliveries to supermarkets and food sell-by.
Alright, let's hack. Let's hack. Oh yeah, this one is like a VHS board game. Oh yeah, this one is like a VHS board game called Atmosphere. The Chosen One! The Chosen One! Okay, that is way too... Okay, that is way too... brown. Wait, did you just change? You have a sick look going on. I just put on sunglasses. Change? You have a sick look going on. I just put on sunglasses because I saw them when I was walking back. I'm gonna hack the planet. I'm gonna hack the planet. Hack the planet. Hack the planet. That's sort of more. Okay, that's sort of more. It still looks purple though. I can't see. Can't tell what color anything is. Can't tell what color anything is. Okay, we're getting somewhere. It's not quite there yet though. So it's very we're getting somewhere. It's not quite there yet though. So it's very purple. So I need to add more. If it's purple, that means I need to add more yellow. Maybe I'm like, yeah, I'll just add. Or maybe I'm like. Yeah, I'll just add more yellow. I love it. I'm Matthew Lillard in Hackers right now. I love it. I'm Matthew Lillard in Hackers right now. Crushworthy Matthew Lillard role. Fuck yeah, I love that shit. I just watched that movie for the first time not that long ago. I just watched that movie for the first time not that long ago. I loved it. I'm making a huge mess around my stream setup. I'm making a huge mess around my stream setup right now, but it's okay. Oh no. That looks like a bot. That looks like a bot. Account created 10 minutes ago. Account created 10 minutes ago. God. Why is... Oh my god, that scared me. Oh my god, that scared me. Scared the shit out of me. Scared the shit out of me.
Oh my god!
That's so weird. I did not play Oh My God. That's so weird. I did not play Oh My God.
Oh my God!
What? I'm gonna have to take sound alerts off. I'm gonna have to take sound alerts off. It's being buggy. It's being buggy. Alright. God, this song sucks too. Oh my God, this song sucks too. Get the fuck out of here! I somehow became you. Oh, that's what it was. I somehow became you. Oh, that's what it was. I was like, what the fuck is going on? I must have been logged in on your computer. I was like, what the hell? I must have been logged in on your computer. I was like, what the hell? How do I have infinite Pietro? How do I have infinite Pietros? You're a god. You're a god. Yeah, you scared me. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Yeah, you scared me. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Oh, the audios? Oh, I know why. It's because I had to reset the DSLR.
Remove your
Sorry.
from the board and place it in the groove behind your slab.
I fixed it.
Now on, you will be using your
It's because the fucking DSLR has volume on it, yeah. And I always forget to turn it off because OBS likes to reset everything when you restart. So.
Fat Charles.
Rejoin the game when your turn comes around by rolling one die and moving off your headstone on your quest for keystones.
Acceptable. Sorry about that. I didn't realize it was doubling again.
Become a harbinger. If you fail, you will be drafted into the ranks of the Soul Rangers.
It's just whenever I reset the camera, it's like, hey, you want sound from your camera too?
If more than half the players fail to become harbingers by the 10-minute mark, the game is forfeited. The game tape must be stopped, and the gatekeeper...
That's the right color, but I'm, like, worried that it's not. Oh my god, this song sucks too. Okay. After... I'm ending my subscription for this music service because it's really bad.
You must land exactly on a square holding one. You can collect as many keystones as you want. The more keystones you collect, the harder it is for your opponents to win. But you will still need all 6 different colored keystones before you can return home.
I'm having a hard time committing to actually putting the paint down on the paper right now.
If you lose a colored keystone, you also lose its power. Keystones and their powers. The duel. Your own colored keystone gives you the power needed to duel with other...
I'm gonna have to change the music, it's so bad.
When you collect this keystone, you can collect your duel cards from your headstone. Take your duel cards and place them behind your slab. To duel with a harbinger, you must land exactly on a lightning strike. The instant
I want to duel with the harbinger. Look at this shit.
Face down in front of the harbinger you want to attack. Your opponent must counterattack by dealing one of their cards down. Both cards
Char's counterattack.
over. The card with the highest number wins, unless you have played a 7 and your opponent has counterattacked with an ace. An ace beats a 7, but nothing else. Without looking, the winner picks 1 keystone from the loser. Both cards, their powers spent, are then removed from the game. Your own keystone also gives you the power to dice duel with any Soul Rangers. To duel a Ranger, you must land exactly on a square with a skull, then roll 1 die. The Ranger you want to duel must counterattack by rolling 1 die, and whoever rolls the highest picks a keystone from the loser. You can only duel an opponent once from the same
I wonder how much this game costs.
To duel again, you must leave the square and return to it.
Board games are weirdly expensive, like old board games, because like it's so easy to lose pieces and stuff.
If you collect this keystone, you have the power to choose to roll 1 or 2 dice, doubling your speed. Flight. If you have the keystone providing the power of flight, you can move from one province to another without having to roll the dice. To fly from one province to another, you must land exactly on a square with
There's
a compass
provinces in this game?
The instant you land on this symbol, you have the choice to move to any other square with a compass symbol. The gates. Gates are introduced, naturally enough, by the gatekeeper.
I'm just making it because, like, this Aussie is, like, pretty much, like, all black dog.
This keystone also
So,
allows you
I want to make sure I have
position
enough.
that gate elsewhere on the board, in a place where it could block the passage of an opponent. If you do not possess the keystone giving you the power to pass through a gate, you must wait and try and roll your number before proceeding past the obstacle. The black hole. One square to be avoided at all costs, unless you have the keystone that gives you the power to release yourself, is the black hole. If you are unfortunate enough to stumble into a black hole, or worse, be banished to one by the gatekeeper, you cannot play again
The
until
fuck
you
is
are
the
released
gatekeeper?
by the gatekeeper, or
Is that
have
just
a
like the DM?
keystone allowing you to free yourself. Even if you have this keystone, you must still move to the closest black hole, releasing yourself on your next turn. Occupation. The sixth and final keystone will give you the power to occupy or steal a square another opponent is on, severely handicapping them in the process. They might have to roll a 6 to play again, or be forced to return to their headstone.
You have to roll a 6.
Each harbinger can impose a different punishment, and these are listed in the keystone index on the back of each character card.
Gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss.
At regular intervals throughout the game, you may be asked to
Take a fate card and read it out loud.
The instructions on these cards must be instantly obeyed. They can turn the game in an instant for better, but mostly for worse.
I'll see first.
Last and least, the Soul Rangers. The simple numbskulls who failed to become harbingers, who failed to make it to headstones in time. Found in the sewers or the dark side of the provinces, they play by their own set of rules, preying on
They sure
anyone
do.
foolhardy enough to venture into their underground waste. If you are unfortunate enough to remain a ranger, your first job will be to turn any unclaimed provinces over to the other side, reposition any keystones, and then take a Soul Ranger card. Any harbinger caught in a province that is turned over must return to their headstone. Soul Rangers play the game
Grilling,
using their
paint,
skulls, and
mixing.
can resume play from any square bearing this symbol in any
Should
sewer.
bring up the picture of Ozzy.
Rangers cannot win keystones by landing on them. Instead, they must prey on harbingers, lying in wait in the sewers, then chasing them down and trying to land on the same square. If a ranger lands on the same square occupied by any other opponent, it can steal a keystone from that character. Soul Rangers have no morals and even chase each other down. Soul Rangers cannot be banished and instantly release themselves, even if sent to a hole by the gatekeeper. Fortunately, Soul Rangers are confined to the sewers and cannot set foot in a province unless the gatekeeper releases them, or they have enough keystones to release themselves. Soul Rangers must return to the sewers if a curfew is imposed, unless they have the keystone which frees them.
It's this
In
picture
which
of
case,
Ozzy.
they can ignore any curfew and continue playing in the provinces. Soul Rangers can use the ring road at any time to gain access from one province to another. Rangers cannot pass through gates. and
So I
must
gotta
roll
email
their
it to
number
myself
before
again.
proceeding through. Like Harbingers, Soul Rangers still need 6 different colored keystones to win and must return home, roll a 6, and face their worst nightmare to beat the gatekeeper. Winning. Once you have collected all 6 different colored keystones, you can start to make your way home, leaving the
Next. I thought that would be more interesting.
Hello, and welcome to Creative Magic You Can Do. My name is Joe Fields, and I'm going to teach you
Hey, Joe.
how to magically make things multiply or even transport themselves. Stick around, and I'll show you how.
All right, Joe.
Hi, everybody. I'm about to teach you a wonderful trick that you can
The
make
pictures
at
I
home.
send from my iPhone can't even open on my
Use
fucking
this stamp album. Unfortunately,
PC because
I made
the
this trick,
iPhone format
and
is
the second to put the stamp
HEIC
inside.
or some shit.
As a matter of fact, if I go through it, you can see that it is completely empty.
That's annoying. So I have to email it to myself. And then I can't even open it. So I have to fucking open it in my email.
Barney, my daughter's favorite. Winnie the Pooh.
Joe has a vibe. Joe could be super cool or nice. I think they know everything. No in between. I agree.
Unfortunately, I'm not in the mood to lick the stamps and place them in the album. So we're going to try to do it by magic. Would you like to help me? Yeah. Excellent. Would you do me a big favor and gather up the stamps? We're going to place them inside of this bag. So right ahead. I'm then going to attempt to make these stamps vanish. Simply tap it 3 times. And if we're lucky, the stamps will disappear. My goodness, I think it's worked. Look at that. The stamps indeed have vanished.
Damn.
Let's see if the second part has come true as well. If everything has worked, and we're very lucky, those stamps should have magically appeared inside of this book. And it seems to have worked. Stick around, and I'll show you how you can do that trick as well.
Well, I don't think I'm going to be able to judge how much paint I actually need, so
and now,
let's just pray to God it works out.
To this stamp album trick.
Actually,
this is an item that you can make for yourself at home, and it's not all that difficult to make. What you've got to do is cut out squares of oak tag paper and bind them together, just as I've done with these. Next, you have to place stamps onto every other page. As you can see, the first pages have stamps on them, and the second ones do not. The third section has stamps, and the fourth section does not. And so on out the entire stamp album. The reason that you don't see the stamps in the beginning as I leap through the pages is because of how they are cut. The first page has a diagonal cut in the corner.
Being very conservative.
The second page has a diagonal cut in the corner on the bottom. And all you do is alternate back and forth. Page number 3 has a diagonal cut in the upper corner, while page number 4 has a diagonal cut in the bottom corner. And that holds true for each and every page. Top corner, the next page is a diagonal cut on the bottom corner. The next page has a diagonal cut on the top corner, and so on throughout the entire book. When I thumb through the pages, because of the diagonal cuts, you're actually seeing every other page. Every time I do this, 2 pages are going by together as one, creating the illusion that the book is empty. The next step is to make the stamps disappear and magically appear inside of the book. For that, I use a gimmicked paper bag. This bag has been gimmicked by placing a secret compartment inside. And I did that by cutting out a section of a paper bag and gluing it inside of this bag. You can see now that there is an extra secret compartment. To make the stamps disappear, I simply had my assistant drop the stamps inside of the secret compartment. Would you pick them up again for me, please? And I held the bag open in such a way that the only place the stamps could go would be inside of that secret compartment. At this point, I could say a magic word, snap my fingers, use whatever incantation I thought appropriate, and then claim that the stamps had vanished. To prove they're gone, I rip open the bag, showing that it is now empty. Of course, the stamps are in the secret compartment over here. But I don't show that. I simply crumple up the bag, toss it aside, and then show that the stamps have now appeared inside of the album. This time, as I leaf through the pages, I do it by holding it on the top, as opposed to the bottom, as I did in the beginning. See, if I do it on the bottom, the pages appear empty. But if I now leaf through the pages, from the top, we're going to see the stamps. And once again, the reason is 2 pages go by together as 1. So we see only the pages that contain the stamps. This is a wonderful trick. Don't pass it by, and I hope you have fun performing it. You guys ready to do some more great magic? Here's a wonderful trick. Could you help me, Jason?
Yeah.
Great. This is a trick done with sponges. As a matter of fact, I have one here. It's a magic sponge, and I can prove it. It actually does tricks. For example, I can make that sponge lie down by magic. Watch closely. You ready? Lie down. Look at that. It lied. You're not buying that, are you? Well, watch this. Play dead. No, I don't like that either. I'll tell you what. Let's do some real magic. Can I borrow your hand for a moment, please? What I'd like you to do is take this sponge and squeeze it very tightly. Can you do that for me, please? Squeeze it tight. As a matter of fact, inside of my pocket, I have some magic dust. Andy, can you see the magic dust? Of course not, it's invisible. I'm going to sprinkle it on your hand. Do you feel that? What's the matter, sweetheart? You're not feeling well? Do you feel that? You see, you're feeling better. As a matter of fact, the magic has already happened. Because I gave you that.
It's already happening.
If you turn your hand over slowly and open it up, you'll see that incredibly it's multiplied. Now holding 2 of those silly little sponges. Hey, do me a favor. Let me have your hand one more time.
Joe, don't tell me how I'm
Turn your hand
feeling.
over,
I agree.
And I'll get some more magic dust. I'll sprinkle it on your hand. Did you feel it that time? Well, I think it's worked. Turn your hand over. Open it up. And now you have lots of those little sponges. Andy, would you like me to teach you that? I'll teach you, and I'll teach you as well in just a moment. Let me show you how that's done. What you're going to need is 6 pieces of sponge. Easy to find. Just go to the kitchen, get a sponge, and cut it into 6 pieces. You want them to be approximately the same size. Sponges work best because part of the reason this trick works is that sponges can be compressed into a small bundle, and that helps when you're presenting this trick. Now, I start out by having 4 of the sponges in my right pocket.
Yeah, I wanted to start a little earlier today just because
I
usually paint for a lot longer, and then like if I start painting too late in the evening, like at 6, and then I'm done at like 9, I'm so tired.
As a matter of fact, if you were to look here at Andy's hand, you'll see what it looks like when a person's hand is naturally at rest. It's not closed into a tight
Like,
fist
I enjoy
a
painting,
ceiling
but
fan.
just doing it that late at night is very hard for me.
In this fashion. When you do that, it's very easy to conceal the extra sponge in your finger. Now, the first part I do for a little bit of, to get a few laughs. I tell them that it's going to lie down.
I'm taking this time. It's nice to watch during the day. Yeah, I like to mix up mix it up.
Most of the times they see you blow on it.
Because then I can like
I then
get
challenge
different
them
people to
by asking an
watch.
assistant to lend me their hand. Could you do so now, please? I tell them I'm going to give them the sponge. But in reality, I take the 2 sponges and I squeeze them together. Now, because they are made of sponge and are easy to compress, it's impossible to tell by feel that you're holding more than one. So I take them both, place them into the hand of the spectator, and gently close their fingers over the sponge. I then turn their hand over. The reason I turn their hand over is I don't want them opening prematurely and finding out that there's more than one sponge in their hand. They're less likely to do that if their hand has been turned over. I then reach into my pocket under the excuse of getting
I like these magic
done.
videos where they explain them. I'm
While
not
my
gonna lie.
hand is in there, I grab the other sponges. I compress them, place them into the finger palm position, and pretend to be holding the magic dust.
So, I was saying earlier when it was just me and Sparkly Kiss, but if the nice thing about drawing these,
when they do,
if you mess up,
open your hand, please. They'll find.
If you mess up, you can just like light box it and do it again.
Now at this point,
that's what I always tell myself if it's not going the way I want.
Finished, which gives you a perfect opportunity to load the extra sponges along with the first two.
And even if it's like not how you
over,
want it to turn out, like it's still good
pick up the
practice.
2 sponges, compress them, and add them to the ones that are hidden in the finger palm. I then place them back into the spectator's hand. Gently close their hand, turn it over, pretend to get more magic dust, sprinkle it on their hand.
I normally wouldn't really do what I'm doing right now with Ozzy, where it's like I'm doing a lot of like individual hairs, but he's just so silky that I feel like you kind of have to, because otherwise you're not really gonna capture his fur texture as much. I mean, you don't have to. Like I could like kind of do it more sparsely
you find around the house.
And kind of get the same
Did you
effect.
have marbles lying around when he was young? Andy, would you like to assist me? I need someone who can do some addition. Are you good at math? Okay, let's test you. Andy, I'm going to take this marble and place it inside of my hand. I'm going to take this marble, place it in my hand as well, and place this marble here inside of my pocket. Andy, if you were counting correctly, how many
Just
should I
kind
have
of trying to get
in my
a
hand?
feel of how this.
Now, Andy, let me start again. You see that leaves 1, 2, 3. Am I going too slow? Here, let me start again. Andy, this one goes in my hand, this one goes in my hand, and this one goes inside of my pocket. Andy, how many should that leave in my hand? 2. I'm sorry, Andy. Look, that leaves 1, 2, and 3. Oh, the question's too hard. Look,
Fuck
one
you,
last
Joe.
time. I'll do it very slowly just for you. Andy, this one goes in my hand. These 2 go in my pocket. How many do you believe are inside of my hand? Andy, would you believe me if I told you there was 25? Well, there is. Why? 25 cents. Now, Andy, stick around and I'll show you how that works. And I'll show you as well.
It's gonna start crossing them over, but then I just did that one and it looks weird. So
Here's what you'll
I'm gonna
need
just do
in
this
order to
layer of like hair.
1, 2, 3, 4 marble. And
Hopefully I can fix that.
The extra
but
marble is what allows you to do the trick. We're utilizing what is known as the one-ahead principle. Let me show you.
sometimes you just
how
gotta roll
works
with it and see
in
what
relation
happens.
to this trick. The quarter is in my right pocket to begin with, and one of the marbles is secretly finger palmed here.
But sometimes like
inside
you
of my
think
finger.
the painting is like fucked,
The moves are actually very,
but
very
it's
simple.
it
I'll do
can
it in
be
slow motion and show you
it can still
how it
like
works.
you could paint over it. Like whereas that Kirby one was like getting so overworked. I feel like it's just the thickness of the paper. I gotta
Marble
figure it
number
out.
2, I place along with marble number 1, while at the same time releasing marble number 3, which is finger palm in the other hand. That action is covered by the fingers closing. In real time, it would look like this. I've just added 2 marbles to the one that was there previously. Once again, it looks like this.
Yeah, see, right here it looks a little weird, so hopefully we'll be able to fix that.
I then take the fourth marble and pretend to place
It's
it in my
not all
pocket.
lost, though. We might be able to, like, kind of blend it in
Comes out and rests on the table,
with another layer,
concealing
so.
the fourth ball in the finger palm position. I then asked Andy how many balls he thought I was holding, and he answered 2. Very slowly, I informed him and showed him that I actually had 3 balls. I then offered to repeat the trick, and I did the exact
So yeah, I think
same
this
motion.
one,
Ball number 1
layering is going to be
placed
key.
in the hand. Ball number 2 was placed in the hand, while at the same time secretly adding
Now let's
the
just
fourth ball.
keep going over with this, like,
Leaving
kind of, like,
3.
white light wash and see where it gets us. And then I can go back with, like, a darker color. I don't know. It's just, like,
of my pocket.
I don't want to overwork it,
Of course, when my hand came
and
out,
I don't want to make it too dark.
I had secretly
So-
picked up a quarter and finger palmed that instead. That would look like this, over here. Once again, I let my hand rest naturally, finger palming the quarter, and I asked Andy how many balls I was holding. Once again, he answered 2, and I was able to show him that no, magically, a third ball had appeared.
Magic.
I then said I was going to do it one final time. But I was going to change it a little bit. This time I took the first ball and placed it in the hand. And at that point, I switched the marble for the quarter. It's a very simple move. Whatever item you're going to place into the hand, you draw it back. And you allow the item that's finger palmed to go into the hand instead. If I were to do it quickly, it would look like this. I've just switched the marble for the quarter. But I
Not
could do
super
it vice
jazzed
versa.
about it yet,
I
but
could
it's
say,
still
"Well,
very
I'm going
early,
to place
so
the quarter in
maybe
my
I'll be
hand."
more jazzed about it as we go.
And I actually, at that point, switched it for the marble.
I like bit myself in the ass before by being like, I'm gonna start over,
Take the
so.
marble, place my hand, and take these 2
gotta keep-
marbles and place them in my pocket. In reality, I'm depositing
can
all
be
3
saved.
into my pocket.
Have faith.
I then asked the question.
Just looks a little
"Andy,
gray
how
right
many
now.
marbles am I holding?" He
But I
answered
think we
1.
can go back and.
But I said, no, I actually have 25. But not 25 marbles. 25
I have a headache.
That's 2 in the hand.
Sorry if I'm not
1
very
in the pocket.
talkative today. I just have a fucking headache. It's not so bad that I can't stream, but I'm definitely
First thing you'll need is a penny.
not
I happen to have
100%.
one here. This one is that's a 1998 penny. Now, along with this penny, I need a box, which I have here inside of my pocket. Andy, I plan on making this penny travel invisibly into the box. I simply snap, and it vanishes. Andy, if the magic is with us, the penny has reappeared inside. Would you please open up that box, take off the rubber band, and look inside? And inside is a packet. Inside of that packet is the coin. Now, Andy, stick around, and I'll show you, and you as well, how you can do that trick.
Tell me how to do the trick.
Now, here's what you're going to need in order to make this trick. It's not difficult, and it's worth the effort. I have an empty box of matches and a tube that I constructed from a piece of oak tag. I just cut a square and folded it, so we had a small tube. And to that, I taped a pin. I made a little envelope out of a coin wrapper, which the tube is placed into. Then these are placed inside of the box, and the cover goes in place. I then took a rubber band and secured it even further by placing the rubber band onto the box. This was pinned to the inside of my jacket. You're also going to need a coin. The way to make the coin vanish is to do a finger palm. And it's not difficult. All I do is curl my fingers and pretend to place the coin from this hand into this hand. The coin is actually held here at the base of the finger. I then said I had a box inside of my pocket. Now, pretend this is attached inside of my jacket. As I reached in, I simply dropped the coin into the tube. The penny then dropped through and into the packet inside. I then pulled on the box, which disengaged it from the tube, and I placed it on the table. I then pretended that the coin vanished from my hand and reappeared in the box. At that point, I allowed Andy to first remove the rubber band and then open the box to find the coin inside of the packet. Well, I hope you like that, and I hope you have fun doing it. Well, that's all for now. I really hope you enjoyed the material that was on this tape. Remember, practice, 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 and enjoy performing these tricks. Thanks for watching. Goodbye for now.
Or it's not as light as I thought it would be. Oh!
Here and there upon this great land, sky and sea and eye and hand
what is
have
this?
labored arm in arm to create the most unique.
Oh, hell
artifact of
yeah, let's
civilization,
go.
The golf course. These verdant sweeps of hallowed turf stand in mute but eloquent testimony to the ancient lure of the rich and mystical game of golf. And on these storied courses, awestruck multitudes have witnessed the unforgettable feats of golf's greatest legends. These astonishing players, paragons of the syrup-smooth swing, inspire in us mere mortals the impossible dream of actual improvement. But on other courses far from the Celtic seas where golf was born, a more ordinary game is played. It too is golf, but with a definite difference. Golf untouched by genius. Golf played with dogged determination rather than natural grace. It might well be asked, are these not the true heroes of the game of golf, who arise each Saturday morning, their eyes bright, with the vision of saved pars and lucky birdies? There they stand, there we stand, the rest of us, the bad golfers, tirelessly trying to achieve by study and practice what a few fortunate souls obtain as a birthright.
Okay, left arm straight, but not too rigid. Elbow tucked in close, but not locked. Grip firm, but not too firm. Knees flexed, but not too flexed. Head down. Chin up. Back slowly. Ah, God. I will never learn to play golf like a pro. Why can't I find someone to teach me to play golf my way?
So we're gonna learn golf. Hope you're ready.
I don't know what it is. I have taken dozens of lessons. I've spent hours on the driving range.
Leslie Nielsen's like, I got you,
Hours
fam.
of practicing, Billy. Most people practice to play good golf. But no matter how much we practice, we still end up playing bad golf. So all the effort we make to play good golf should be spent on the game that we play the most. That's it, Charlie. Very good. Somebody I helped out yesterday. Our attention should be turned to bad golf.
I'm actually
And ways to
laughing at
make it
this.
easier to play bad golf. Now, Billy, we don't play golf to feel bad. We play bad golf, but we feel good. You wait right here. I'm going to get my gear, and I'll be back in a second. Billy? There are over 50 million people in the world who play golf. There are 80,000 professional instructors teaching them to play better golf. There are 12,000 books with individual teaching methods and 400 videotapes with a host of how-to ideas. 50 million people and 49,990,000 of them still play bad golf. Rejoice, Billy, you're in good company.
Whoa!
What is our credo, Billy? I don't play golf to feel bad. I play bad golf, but feel good. Pull out your hands. Quick. Now, which ones are yours? Quick. Quick.
These?
Ah, we're on the right track.
You the man, Leslie. I got you, babe.
Hey! Billy, all golfers have one thing in common. They grip
I love
the
this
club
outfit.
at the thin end, and not at that other end where that curvy thing is.
Club head?
Right, Billy, right. And that grip is absolutely essential to golf. Why? Because it gives you a place to put your hands when you swing.
This is me about
What's the
video
first
gaming.
fundamental in golf, Billy?
The Varden grip?
Close, Billy? Close. You got a 20?
Yeah.
Not the Varden grip. The Varden tip. What's the wait for a tea time?
5 hours.
The Varden tip. A firm handshake, not a bone crusher, but good palm-to-palm contact. As soon as you feel the bill being taken, release and pull your hand straight back.
Next up, Nielsen twosome.
Always remember, the only really useful tip in golf is the one you give to the starter. Take off, feel bad.
See how far I get today. Just 'cause my head is
good.
insanely painful.
Billy, to get a round of golf off to a good start, very important to do the proper warming up exercises. 1, 2, 3.
It's like 100 degrees here today.
5, 6, 3, 4, 5, 6. Naturally, before I came to the course, I did all my pre-game preparations. I drank a hearty breakfast, made passionate love. I've walked a mile in another man's shoes. So when I get on the tee, I just concentrate on a few...
Retweet in 1 sec. Ugh, my head is killing me. Okay.
Okay, Billy. Play, go!
A total whiff. I completely missed the ball. I'm 2 strokes down and I'm not even off the tee.
Billy, keep your cool.
Hello.
There's no such thing as the total whiff. One of the key movements in golf is the practice swing. Nothing like a good full practice swing to iron the kinks out, is there? Now, on this, my real, actual, true, final, and intentional swing, I will make the same full body turn, only this time, I will take the club back a little bit slower. Billy, if the ball moves when you swing, then it costs you a stroke. But if only the earth moves, then, according to all of the laws of physics, the earth, which is also a ball, albeit a very large one, then the earth is charged a 1-stroke penalty.
Hell yeah.
There is no movement in golf that cannot be made more difficult through diligent study and practice.
What a terrible lie. It's sitting down so deep I'll have to hack it out with an iron.
Keep you cool, Billy, keep you cool. Most golfers rush up to hit the ball. They don't take enough time with their pre-shot preparations. Now, before I initiate my swing, I use the pommel, not the waggle, and a downward press, not the forward press. The pommel, not the waggle, and the downward press. Pommel, not the waggle, and the downward press. Pummel,
You
not
can't
the
do
waggle,
that.
and the downward press. Pummel, not the waggle, and the downward press. Pummel and the waggle, and the downward press. Pummel and the waggle, and the downward press. Billy, never try to dig your ball out of a bad lie. Let the club do the work for you. Well, that doesn't look like an iron shot. I think you could use the driver.
Like, who is this for? Me? Me in the 90s? Like, adult me in the 90s?
When you stop your backswing at the top to look at the position of your hands, there are 2 things you learn. How many hands you have, and which hand has the glove on it.
So true.
Yipes. I was complaining about my lie. Look at this one.
No problem, Billy. Ground under repair. We'll take a free drop.
Wait a minute. You can't move your ball. There are no ground under repair signs.
As well, let us look at the rules of golf. See, ground under repairs. Any portion of the course that is so marked and ordered by the committee or so declared by an authorized representative. Any member of the committee here present? No? All right, then I accept the responsibility. I hereby solemnly swear to preserve, protect, and defend this fine golf course. So be it. I hereby declare This
is a wild golf video, yeah.
Billy, always remember, make the rules work for you. There's no ground that cannot use a little repair.
Excuse me. I hope you're not bothering our grounds under repair.
Excuse me. Yeah, I wanted to paint for longer, but I kind of have a fucking headache, so we'll see how long it lasts.
When a foursome is on the green, 4 is not an excuse. So what is not an apology, and up yours is not an explanation.
True.
Oh, I'm never gonna find it in this stuff. It's a lost ball. I'll take a penalty stroke and hit another one.
Keep your cool, Billy. A penalty stroke? Your ball may be a missing ball, but it is obviously not a lost ball. Billy, sooner or later someone's going to find your ball, right?
I guess.
And they're not going to post a note in the clubhouse asking who it belongs to so they can return it, are they?
Of course not. They're going to keep it.
So, therefore, your ball is not a
I
lost ball.
I never kept a ball I found.
A stolen ball. Even though the theft in question will occur sometime in the future, ipso facto, as it were, instead of e pluribus unum.
Well,
therefore, it would be
because they're usually like fucked up.
That you
because they've been sitting there for so long.
Innocent victim of this abominable crime against man and against golf, while the thief gets off scot-free. I rest my case.
No penalty! Free drop in the fairway!
Judge not, lest ye be not judged. Remember, never pick up a lost ball while it is still rolling.
Ah! God. Right in the sand trap. What a lousy bounce.
See.
Whatever you think you're doing wrong, that's the one thing you're doing right.
Thank God there's no water. Ah, talk about the mother of all shots. All right, plant the feet. Open the club face. Widen the stance. Firm up the grip. Remember to swing up along the line of the feet. Swing. Again, ready, swing.
Billy, the reason the game is called golf is because all the other four-letter words have been taken.
Damn.
Now, when you're in a trap and you have taken 6 strokes, you have already exceeded your handicap, and a different approach must be taken. Now you take up a good stance and plant your feet firmly. Bend forward at the waist and flex your knees. Extend your right arm forward and...
Next. Hell yeah, the information I really need.
Hi, I'm Steve Canton, producer of the Beanie Lover video, and your host of this important video, How to Spot Counterfeit Beanie Babies. We touched on this subject in the Beanie Lover video, and we're so overwhelmed with the demand for more information that we searched out and found the leading experts on Beanie Babies and counterfeits. With us today are 2 of the world-renowned authorities on all things beanie. They are the authors and publishers of the highly acclaimed Beanie Mania, a comprehensive collector's guide. Their weekly market analysis and pricing guide appears on the popular Beanie Mom website and is widely considered to be the most authoritative secondary market price guide and is relied upon by Beanie Baby collectors around the world. They have been featured in numerous publications and magazines, as well as on countless TV and radio talk shows across the country. I'm proud to have them join with us today. Please welcome Becky Phillips and Becky Essensaro.
It's good to be here.
Hi, Becky's.
It's great to have you here too. Also with us today is the leading expert on oddities, mistags, and counterfeit beanies. She is the feature writer for the Beanie Mom website, primary writer for the Beanie Collector magazine, a contributing author to the Beanie Mania book, co-author of the bi-monthly Beanie Mania Bulletin, and a contributor to the Auction Universe and Delphi Collectibles Forum internet sites. Since the beginning, she has been at the front line of the conversations on counterfeits, and through her websites, shows, and seminars, she answers 18,000 inquiries a year. Please welcome Vicki Krupka.
Hello, Steve. Thank you.
Hi, I'm glad to be here today. You know, I'm a collector, and I have a lot of fun collecting. I collect with my son, and I've also sold beanies, made a little money. I'm very concerned about this subject.
Made a little money.
I have a lot of questions for you today. One of the questions I want to start with is the history of counterfeits. How did it all start?
Well, it started in the summer of 1997, and the first three counterfeits that came out of the market were Old Face Teal, Violet, and Spot Without a Spot. We had collectors who called us. They had just purchased some Beanie Babies from a woman in California who said that she had a box full of Old Face Teal, Violet, and Spot that she found in a back room. Well, you don't normally find large boxes of these older retired. So we asked them to send us some, so they did. The first thing that we noticed when we opened the box was the material. You can see that the material on the fake counterfeit beanies are not as plush as the regular Beanie Babies are. The other thing we noticed were the eyes. The eyes are they're duller. The nose protrudes more on the face. And you'll also notice that when you check the back of the stem, it's a lot shorter. The other thing we noticed was the tag. The tags were shorter, and there was also a lot of punctuation mistakes inside the tag. Again, you have to realize that not only was the Beanie Baby counterfeit, but so was the tag.
Damn.
About 3 months later, again popped on the market the Royal Blue Peanut and Chili.
What does the Royal Blue Peanut sell for right now?
It sells for about $5,000.
And Chili?
Chili sells for between $2,000 and $2,400.
Oh my God.
That's a big reason to be concerned here about counterfeit beanies.
Right, these are some of the
counterfeit Beanie
Babies on the high
Babies.
price end. So you have to be very careful and know your beanies and educate yourself on
$5,000 fucking dollars.
What is counterfeit and what is not counterfeit, because you are spending a lot of money for a collection.
So they started, it looks like, with the more expensive beanies, but I noticed that we have some on the table here. What's going on with the counterfeits right now? What's currently going on?
In October of 1997, there was an article about Beijing having Beanie Babies on the silk market out there. Seconds of Beanie Babies started appearing. These are not counterfeits, these are seconds of Beanie Babies. The counterfeits started appearing after October of 1997, which would be Bubbles and Grunt. These particular fakes started showing up October, November of 1997.
So we kind of had a first wave, a second wave, and a third wave of beanies, starting with the very high end, and then they slowly worked down to a lower end of retired beanies.
I see, and how big is this wave?
Very big. Right now it is to the point where it's not just older retired Beanie Babies, it's not just retired Beanie Babies, it's not even confined to just hard to find beanies. You can have brand new current Beanie Babies that are counterfeited within a month of being released by Thai. On the market right now in Beijing, you can buy anywhere from Peking, Righty, Princess, Erin, Maple, Liberty. It runs the whole gamut of current to old, hard to find, easy to find.
I see.
Anything.
And are Thai Beanie Babies available in China? They're supposed to be, or?
Thai Beanie Babies have never been available in China. It's never been a source. We could go into a store in China and find an original Thai Beanie Baby. They have never been sold there. So therefore, if someone tells you that they have purchased this in China, it is a counterfeit.
Well, why should we care? Why should we care as collectors? What is the big deal? Why should we care about counterfeit beanies?
Well, if you think about this collection, people are collecting them, and they're very expensive. A complete collection of Beanie Babies could go as high as $100,000. So if this is an investment for you, you want to make sure you have a real Thai Beanie Baby.
I think that's true. I mean, even if it's just an inexpensive Beanie Baby, I want an authentic Thai Beanie
Right,
Baby.
because of the retirements and introductions of Beanie Babies, the price of a current Beanie Baby
Daddy,
can
what's
go
up?
up. The potential investment value could be very good.
Can you
Maybe
give me
not
some
as
examples of that?
high. For the October 1st, 1997 retireds, Seymour was one of them. He's up to about $150 to $200 right now, and he was a $5 beanie. The New Face Brown Teddy is up to about $100 right now.
New Face Brown Teddy's already up to $100.
Close to $100.
That's great.
Or even 1997 Teddy, which has not
Hanging
gone
out.
up in
That's
value as
good.
much as it has a lot of potential. Its potential is very high because it was not on the market that long.
Glad to
There
hear.
are a lot
How's
of counterfeit
the
97
crossword
Teddies
streaming
out there, so
going?
people need to know what they're buying if they're going to buy a real or a fake.
So it's a good reason to get educated.
Mhm.
So how do we get educated? I mean, let's go over some points here. What is the most important point?
You're here to volunteer
that
for
you
the
think
counterfeit
we
beanie
need to
task
know?
force?
Well,
I think
you have to
everyone
know,
is.
of course, which ones are Thai Beanie Babies and which ones are counterfeit. And I think that you need to get yourself educated by going to the shows. And if you're afraid to go to the shows by yourself because you might get intimidated by a dealer, bring a friend, someone who's possibly has a
I'm
collection
too
of Beanie
intimidated to
Babies
go to the
that can
beanie
bring you
show.
along, because I think you feel safer when you have a friend along. And to make sure that you deal with reputable dealers. Those are the people, if you're not satisfied with your product, they will return
Got
it.
it good.
They
I'm
will take it back
going
and
to
give you
stream
back
later
your money.
tonight, but in the meantime,
Also,
I'm just going to
getting
chill and have
yourself
your stream on,
educated by,
trying to write this
subscribing to certain
paper.
publications.
Hell yeah.
There's weekly
I
publications
heart
out there.
counterfeit
There's
Beanie
magazines.
Babies. What
There's,
paper are you writing?
Books that are on the market right now that can tell you all the information about tags and tush tags, what the beanies look like, descriptions on them. They're very informative publications out there on the market now.
Any examples?
Well, we have a Beanie Mania magazine that is coming out this
Kicking
summer of
indoors,
98.
taking fake
It's gonna be
baggers off
very
the
informative,
street.
and we'll
Hell
always have
yeah.
a section on counterfeits. You will always be able to find out what's hot and what's not.
I'm finally writing up the
counterfeit
stuff I
trails.
presented
And
like a
Vicki,
month ago.
on
Hell
your,
yeah, that's cool.
Your column, we could call it a column, with the Beanie Mom website. Is that something you're going to be always updating, right?
Yes, as I find out new information about counterfeit Beanie Babies, I post factual information about comparisons between the counterfeit
We'll see
and
how
the
it
authentic
goes,
Thai
yeah.
beanies.
Sometimes
I
you
tell
just gotta
people
feel
what
it
they can
out.
look for, and I update that as soon as I know new information about Beanie Baby, about counterfeits. So the Beanie Mom website is also a very good place to find out information. Plus, I'm always accessible there through the internet. Anybody that wants to email me there.
Well, if we had to kind of
Whose
designate
pooch is this? This is
the
Swag
ways that
Hag's
we can figure
pooch,
out how to spot
Aussie.
counterfeit beanies,
I don't know if she's still
What
here. I
different
think she might still be here.
things would we
Well, some of the main
focus
things,
on?
some of the main things you would be able to tell is the fabric on the beanie itself. When you
EQ,
go
thank
against
you,
on
thank
a
you.
fake or counterfeit Beanie Baby, when you go against the nap, it's very rough and it's very bumpy.
It's just hard
on
'cause
the
I'm-
authentic Beanie
I don't
Baby, the
know
plush
how
is very
much
smooth.
color I have
it's
to
very
mix, so I'm
smooth
mixing
going
on the
backwards
fly
and forward.
here.
Also on the real Beanie Baby, there is a shine or a shimmer to it.
So that would be the material.
The material itself is very obvious. It's more of a flannel type of a material.
Okay, so we have material. You need to know about materials.
I think another thing is the eyes. If you notice on the old face teal, the eyes are dull, and also the ones on the original
He's the
ones are
Prince
more
of
shiny.
Darkness.
So if you look at him, it almost looks like they're bug-eyed when you check out the eyes on the counterfeit.
Right, and to add to that would be the nose. The nose is the same dull looking as the eyes, and the nose is slightly bigger. The nose and eyes are slightly bigger than the real authentic Thai Beanie Babies.
So that'd be kind of like features. We're covering features there. Know different
Yes.
things about the features.
A really key thing that a lot of people look for first, some of the counterfeits you can't always go by the fabric. They look at the tags. Now this is a really good example of a bad swing tag.
That is a bad tag. That's really a bad
There's
tag.
no gold foil on here. It's more just like a gold paint. The red is not printed into the fabric. It's more like a lacquer on there. It's poorly cut. It's poorly printed.
You watch him dip out with the
They
chat
need
for
to
a
check
bit.
the
I'll talk to you
information.
later. No problem.
And also the tush tag. There's a lot of key factors in the tush tag that they can
I don't know
look
how long
for
I'm going
to
to stream if I have a
identify
headache, so.
it as a counterfeit.
Checking the whole entire tag probably is important.
Everything about it. The
go until I
size, the
can't take it
color, the
Another
lettering.
thing to add too, on certain Beanie Babies that are out
Not
here,
really.
you have the felt. There's a lot of
I
felt
was
on
planning
certain
on
Beanie
streaming
Babies
for
out
longer,
there. The Thai felt is a very stiff type of a felt. This is a grunt, and his felt or his fangs here have a very thick felt for the fangs as well as the razorback. On the counterfeit, you'll see it's a very thin, flimsy type of a felt, and it's a different color. It's very hard to match Ty's color, so there's always a slight variation in color.
I see. So in getting educated, we need to know about features, we need to know about materials, and we need to know about tags. So we got features, materials, and tags. That's FMT. Fakes mean trouble.
That's right. Fakes mean trouble.
That works.
Right.
That's
I wasn't ready for
important
FMT.
to get educated. I think that we should go over some of these right now. What do you think?
Sounds good. It does.
Okay. I think we have
Fakes
some
mean
sitting
trouble.
on the table right there.
Well, first of all, let's look at some of the counterfeits on the market with the Old Face teal and violet. You'll notice that the eyes are a lot larger and duller as compared to the authentic Ty Beanie Baby. Also, the nose on the counterfeits are usually larger and set on top of the fabric. Let's look at some more obvious features here. When we look at the nip, the cat, the authentic Ty Beanie Baby is in the center. Let's look at the nose on the counterfeit. It is so large. Also, the eyes are a lot larger. And then there's also another nip, and you'll notice the eyes as well. The features are totally different than the authentic Ty Beanie Baby. The nose also, which is salmon on the authentic Ty Beanie Baby, is larger and black. There are other differences that we can see on 1997 Teddy. The nose on the 1997 Teddy is flat and it's black. Also, the eyes are larger on this Beanie Baby as well.
You notice a difference in colors of material here. This is on the fake Beanie Baby, which is right here. The fabric is a lighter fabric color. Also, the difference of the fabric when you go against the fake Beanie Baby kind of tends to buckle up a little bit, and it's not as smooth and plush as the authentic Ty Beanie Baby.
I think we're always looking at quality here, aren't we?
Yes.
The better quality is the Ty Beanie Baby.
Yes, it's a much higher quality in materials that he uses for his Beanie Babies. Now, some of the other material differences would be, this is just as the same type of fabric here.
See, look how fast that paint goes.
You can see a shine and a shimmer on the authentic Beanie Baby. This is the authentic
half
Beanie
of
Baby.
half
There's a
of the
nice
stream
shine
is
and
just me
shimmer to it.
mixing
And
fucking
again,
paint.
as you go backwards and forwards, it's smooth. And on the fake Beanie Baby, when you go against it, you can see how it kind of ruffles up or bends up a little bit here, and it's just not smooth.
Looks like a bad car seat.
Yeah,
it does. That's right.
Yeah, it does.
There's some other ones.
This is one that's very, very obvious when you look out compared to a real Beanie Baby. These are the righties. The fake righty here has very material. It's just every which way. It is not a smooth forward and backwards. It's more of a marbly look to it. On the real Beanie Baby, it is very smooth, and it just goes back and forth. It is a big difference in the materials here.
It's almost like a deeper plush. There's just no real nap to it. There's no one direction that it lays. It's just very furry looking.
Right. Also, when you can see on the trunk here, you can actually see the differences in the fabrics. They're going every which way.
There's a lot of different tones, gray tones in that one, as opposed to a solid gray in the authentic Beanie Baby.
That's really easy to see. Can I see those for a minute?
Sure can.
You know one thing, this is an unhappy beanie. And this is a happy beanie. Ty Beanie Babies all seem to have a happy look to their face. And a lot of the counterfeits that you've been showing me here, I can see they look sad.
The quality is just not as good. And, you know, Ty has always improved on his quality. And when you see the counterfeits,
like
it's
how
kind
they
of
call
sad
Ty,
because we
like,
want to keep our quality as high as any other products on the market.
That he
like
is their
Hummels
friend.
Or Department 56, keeping it up with those different items.
That's right.
Exactly.
Keep the high quality there, yes.
Okay, we've covered features, we covered material. How about tags?
Tags. This is an example of an extremely bad tag. There's no gold foil on it. It's just a painted on gold. The red is almost a lacquer paint on instead of actually into the fabric. The inside printing is fairly poor. It's poorly done. Another thing to look for on Beanie Babies tags is the content of the tag. You can have, like on Peanut here, the tag looks good. You open it up, it says Peanut,
And
style number.
it says, Waddle the Penguin likes to dress up. Every night he wears his tux. Now that's not Peanut's poem.
Exactly. That has only occurred on the counterfeit tag. And another thing to look for is it's got the double spacing in the poem, which does not occur on a real tie beanie tag. And then here's a very, very unique to this particular one. On the back here where it should say surface wash, it has Peanut's name. It says Peanut. And again on this tag, you can see that the poor foil, the bad foil, it's too wide, it's brassy looking, and the tag itself is oversized, which is why the end here is bent up, because it does not fit into the tag protector. It's a larger tag. What we are finding happening a lot too is that people on the older beanies that require a third generation tag, what they're doing is they're copying a Pillow Pal tag, which looks exactly like a third generation swing tag.
It sure does.
But what they're forgetting to do, they'll copy the tag, but leave the same Pillow Pal style number on the back here. And they don't change it to, the Pillow Pals start with a 300 number.
Oh, I see. So if it's important to check the back of the tag,
check
too,
the back of the tag,
not
make sure
just
that
the
you
front.
have, right.
This is fun getting educated here.
And then
I'm learning a lot.
That's just swing tags. You gotta check your tush tags too. There's important things. Some are very, very obvious. Here we have a very, very obvious tush tag on Pinky.
Pinky.
Pin Kai.
Pin Kai.
He's from China.
Yes, he is.
Okay, so his name is misspelled. And on the other side of the tag, there's also a problem with spacing and stuff. And this particular tag is too wide. If we were to compare it against a regular tag, it would be marginally wider. So there's a lot of key features about the tush tag that you need to look for too.
That's great. Well, features, materials, and tags. Fakes mean trouble. That's right.
Fakes mean
Fakes
trouble.
mean trouble. We're gonna get to the other part of our program now, and move on to going over all of Vicky's collection. And I want to thank the two Beckys at this point in time for joining us for this part of the program. And I think I can speak.
I like how
I'm speaking
caught
for a lot of
tush.
people here. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart and from all the Beanie Baby collectors in the world for everything you've done for Beanie Baby collecting. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you so much.
Oh,
I had
you're
a great
welcome.
time.
Thank you very much.
Now Vicky and I are going to take off into a world of counterfeits. And
Damn, yeah, watch your
show
mouth
people
saying tush.
how to spot counterfeits.
God.
The counterfeit 97 Teddy is lighter.
I don't think I'm going to
fabric.
last very much
It's
longer.
a
I
lighter
don't feel
color.
very good.
The scarf is also a lighter color, but it
Sorry
has an
about
additional
the
problem
short
that it
stream.
has ridges, ribbed material, because it's a lot cheaper material that they've used.
I just don't feel very
The
good
nose is flat.
I felt
compared
fine
to
when
the
I
authentic
started,
one,
but...
and it's a darker color, almost black. The eyes are not only larger, but if you were to look real closely under good light, they are duller. They're not
I
as
almost made it
glossy.
to 2 hours. That's okay.
A
Yeah, I don't
common
push
problem
it.
to
I
97
streamed
teddies
yesterday.
is at the end of their hats, the palms. The fake ones are larger, less compact, less even and uniform in size.
Now I kind of know how much
And
paint
then
I
on
need
this
to
one,
mix
it
too,
has
so I
the
can do that a
oversized
little
swing
bit.
tag, which is also very common. If you were to take an
gonna order
authentic tie
dinner.
tag and place it over it, you would find that there's an overlapping space that's much larger. In this case, the gold is also wide and uneven on this one. The star, it's a darker yellow, which is also an extremely common
I
problem.
learned so much about Beanie Babies.
On the tush tags on these, on the authentic tush tag, most commonly it's a narrower tush tag, and the counterfeit tag has a wider tag. And then on the back side, where it
See,
says
is anyone
Oak
on
Brook,
right now?
Illinois, USA, there's no spacing on the fake tag. The real tag will have space between Oak Brook,
Oh,
Illinois,
Sparkly
and
Kiss is
USA.
on. Let's go raid Sparkly Kiss. Sparkly Kiss is a friend of mine. Let's raid. I don't know who's here, but you could just do a little raid. Tiny
The fake Bernie,
raid
it's slightly
for
darker in
friend.
fabric. It's not as nice a cream, soft
But yeah,
cream
I'll probably
color.
be back tomorrow because I enjoy
If you
just
look
doing
closely at the nose, it has
a little
very
painting
major
stream.
problem. It
So
not only has the wrong
I'll see you
size
later.
nose, but the wrong shape of nose. This particular